Trustee Bria Corbett. Thank you, Madam Chair, and through you. I do have some comments first, and I will follow up with a question afterwards for staff. So I thank my colleagues in advance for their indulgence. In Canada, June is recognized as Pride Month. Rights of our 2S LGBTQIA+ students, parents, and staff are human rights. The Ontario Human Rights Code recognizes protected grounds against discrimination, including sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. Pope Francis calls us to overcome all forms of intolerance and the instrumentalization of the human person. This includes homophobia and transphobia, and as such, harm is non-negotiable. Psalm 139:14 says, "I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." We are all created in the image and likeness of God. We must protect and uplift the dignity of all. And now, more than ever, we have a responsibility to ensure that our schools are safe, inclusive, and welcoming for everyone. Articulated in our board's Catholic Board Improvement Learning Cycle goals, believe deepening the understanding of how social justice actions are guided by Catholic social teachings and faith development for all learners. Excel, eliminating disproportionalities and disparities in achievement, programming, and discipline by dismantling the impacts of homophobia, transphobia, and other oppressions. Respect, increasing a sense of belonging among students and staff impacted by oppression and injustice by uplifting the voices of all. Thrive, increasing student engagement, academic, social, and intellectual, and well-being for all learner groups. Trust, promoting practices that value the sacredness of creation. Rainbow flag flies at our CEC in June. It demonstrates our commitment as a board to be allies for all persons in the 2S LGBTQIA+ community. We stand up against bullying, intolerance, and hate. When we say everyone belongs in our schools, that does not mean only some. Through the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the 2S LGBTQIA+ students, parents, and staff are welcomed, respected, heard, valued, and loved here, today, and every day. My question through the chair, can staff please bring the procedural bylaw to the August board meeting with a suggested draft revision to Article 7, Delegations and Submissions, that incorporates the requirements for delegations to adhere to Policy 9.01, Catholic Code of Conduct, and any other related policies when delegating. Currently, it's not explicitly stated in the existing article. The Catholic Code of Conduct makes specific reference to the board's provision and sustainability of a safe, caring, inclusive, accessible environment through upholding the Human Rights Code and Ministry of Education related policies, among other responsibilities. Of particular note is the following statement contained in the document, Ontario's Equity and Inclusive Education Strategy 2009, referenced in the Catholic Code of Conduct policy. And I quote, "Racism, religious intolerance, homophobia, and gender-based violence are still evident in our communities and, unfortunately, in our schools." In 2007, the Ontario Conference of Catholic Bishops noted that suicide rates among homosexual students are higher than among their heterosexual peers and called for positive action, reinforcing its earlier statement that the right of each student to be free of harassment, violence, or malice in speech or action is unequivocal, and schools carry the clear obligation to provide a positive school environment for all students and staff. And that was the Ontario Conference of Catholic Bishops, 2004, page 10. Thank you, Madam Chair.